Welcome everybody to North America Base Invaders. How's it going? My name is Bigfoot. I'm joined tonight by Jamerson. You all right there, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. Had an early start to the day. We got EU done. It was pretty exciting, actually.
Nice.
Action from beginning to end. So it was a real treat to watch, actually.
Nice. Just as you say that, we hear some AK shots in the background there. Might go check out what's happening. Couple of kills on the board already. Abusers and Bingo getting straight on that board. See who's fighting. This map looks pretty spread out, eh? Nice spread of bases.
Yeah, this is actually straight down the middle of the map. Just bifurcating it there. It's kind of surprising. We just as a quick heads up, we don't have hardpoint active here for the 4v4s. We've also limited our teams to just one turret per base. And as you can see, basically centralized mostly for our squads. We do have a few satellite bases there on the south side of the map, but a large majority of our teams are going to be up there on the north.
There's two fighting for Oxums down south there. two bases going to try and be controlling Oxums up here. Got quite a few by the cliffs of the coast and that, and then a couple surrounding airfield. I was just
It's the beginning of the wipe. You need a nice recycler there, right?
Yep. We're already seeing a lot of heady takes in this area. And heady might be even coming in from the edge of the map at this side. It's like it's just came in and getting taken straight away by these different bases. So there's going to be a big fight for this with quite a few in this neighborhood.
Yeah, what's that? LT and Ethereum both fighting over this one. It might actually just go down straight in between both of these two squads. It is 4v4, so it's a little bit of a slower take for our players here. Wow, it's actually going pretty wide over onto that one base. A lot of damage done to that back propeller. Let's see if they can get it down a little bit closer to their base to have an easier defense.
That's not too big a base either. I mean, like, you're probably going to see that in the 4v4. Some of the bases will be a little bit smaller.
Oh.
Heady is down right next to Bingo, who managed to bring that over to them right at the last minute. Nice little shout for them. See if they can control it from their rooftop and get out and get those crates. Maybe even get a couple walls up. But, of course, we'll have these two other squads pushing down.
It's hard to tell, but it does look like LTU Hindi do have a slight elevation advantage to play off of at the very least in terms of, I don't know, roof camping at this point. But they didn't clear the trees around their base. So a lot of their vision is going to be obscured by that. So this could be a hard counter for them to go into. They'll have plenty of time, though, as the smolders of that wreckage go out. But you can see Ethereum now trying to get that early presence. Here on the attack phase, there are multiple ways to gain points. PvP, of course, a PvP kill on another player that has a gun in their inventory will count as a point. But these objectives, securing, actually being the first person to touch the crates as they extinguish, will get you points as well.
Looks like all three teams have pushed out of their base. Bingo getting right up and close, couple walls down. Nikita getting taken down to 5 HP, going to heal straight back up. LTU Hindi haven't quite pushed out of the tree line yet, but they're keeping an eye on what's happening. So we've got 35 towards 5 TC here, hiding behind a couple of walls.
And we have confirmation there. Hindi do have the natural elevation to play off of, but again, the tree line just was not trimmed. That's why you got to make sure you deal with your hedges and your brushes, because definitely can work against you in a situation like this. Bingo tries to push out. They end up losing out on one. I'm going to have to respawn back at base. Ethereum, with only one person out here for presence, and Hindi has one person going for a wide flank on 35 doors.
I mean, one person, it's quite a big proportion of your team when it's a four-man event. Like, it's a quarter of your team, compared to some of the bigger squads. So getting someone knocked or sending someone out scouting is a higher cost to like your power in numbers. This
Yeah,
crate's still
35
burning down.
doors nearly got that knock there on one member of that squad. Ooh, we have a fourth team
Yeah.
showing up to try and counter this as well. Looks like that's Fame, and then they're already gone. So
Is that a
it's
naked
probably going to
scout?
be three-team affair.
That might be a naked scout, or it might be a naked attempt at even
What?
getting the boxes, but
Oh my goodness, abusers actually
oh,
coming in with their mini and taking early control of the rooftop of
no
Ethereum. So
way. Have they just come for the heli? Are they going to send anyone down on foot? That's pretty interesting, that. But yeah, see what they can pull off on this from the top of Ethereum's roof. We're going to
oh
see it be a
no.
lot easier as well to get roof control now. There's only one turret. People might be putting that like somewhere on the core, and you know, this like rooftop completely protected by turret meta has been chucked out the window today, and I'm a big fan of it. Hard points getting chucked away too, not a problem to me. I mean, I'm not against hard points, but we don't need them. I don't think so. Yeah, some interesting changes to the rules. I'm going to switch up the meta a little bit. See how easy abusers just take that roof control. Just fly out, jump out.
I wonder if Ethereum are aware, and I think now that they are, it's actually spawning in bags on the outside here. Don't know what two people can do so far. With 23 minutes, there's plenty of time for Ethereum to wrestle control back away. You have to remember that abusers did fly in with that mini. It's not like they're able to, of course, take out a compound wall. Ooh, this base is actually not complete, but not a major point for them. Peak ups is going to work out for Ethereum there. There is a trade, though. Abusers not getting finished off quite yet, and there it is. Yeah, with plenty time left to go, 23 minutes. It was a pretty tough task for them to maintain this control.
Yeah, good peak ups and good use of them as well. Ethereum making a run for the crates, which have actually two of them have actually started burning, so that will be 5 points to Solar Zola, maybe even another. Gonna get taken down though, but yeah, that's at least 5 points on the board there for touching that crate.
Yeah, running up naked, not giving up points as well. So net gain for them overall. But the loot here, especially in 4v4s, can be absolutely massive. You get your extra boom, but getting your hands on something like an M2, we saw that in play in EU, and it's probably going to come to fruition here as well.
A lot of AK fight over these 4 crates, but there's also good PvP points for everyone as well if they're getting those kills in. More walls coming down, more flames going out. Battle for these boxes will be over soon, but everyone's pushing a little bit closer. I'm guessing Ethereum will get at least another 5 points on the board. Look how close Don't Ban Lag Internet is.
Yeah, just a race trying to get to these boxes right now. Ethereum to lose out on that one player in that forward position. It's LTU Hindi now charging forward, but they're getting closer to that spot where you just cannot put down walls. Lucky for them, they'll have a little bit of natural cover to work with, some ores, with some nodes to play off of, but they have plenty of distance here. And it looks like LLN, another team,
Oh
actually
yeah,
joining the fray along with Fame coming back in for this.
so a lot of squads. Don't normally see this many squads, but I guess again it's the 4-man, so you know people are going to be a bit more desperate to get those PvP kills, get those higher crates, and just be where the action is. There's going to be a lot of action. A bit of a slugfest when it's 4-mans.
Like Don't Lag was able to secure the last of the crates out there, but the loot is still up for grabs. And with I think he picked up a gun off of one of those crates, so he did end up giving away points. But at the end of the day, still a net gain for them.
Go down to one of these neighborhoods down south that we haven't seen yet. We've got people inside each other's bases, people living around each other's doorstep again. We've got Team Bujka, Team DM, looks like Toppin are up in their grill, and YYY.
Yeah, so we saw Bushka in EU with some great play. I mean, it started off as a great tragedy for them, but they were able to finish out the show. Not on top, but very much close, I believe, coming out in second place. But I don't know if they swapped out the majority of their team. It does seem like it, and I imagine why, like Ian said in our ears, probably XXX from our EU games.
Exit sword. Just one letter forward every game. Did they stand out at all in the EU? Did they do anything big?
No, they were
No.
honestly, we got to the bottom of the leaderboard on the after after game report, and we're just like, what did they do? What did they do? Because we really did not remember them. I think there might have been one raid defense or one raid they tried to counter, but there wasn't much. We do have the second helicopter now in play, so we'll have one more after that as well. I'm surprised, I'm actually glad though that our teams are finding their own action with less objectives on the map here on the attack phase. There's a lot of ways you gotta kind of approach these 30 minutes.
Yeah, and of course, like the fighting needs to be concentrated. There'll be enough points, like when it's like eight mans or whatever, you've got big fights between two teams. You can get the kills up just fighting one squad, but you need a few more teams in one place to get proper action going in 4 man. So it gets really busy and exciting, especially when the raid phase starts and people are right on top of each other. It's going to be fun to watch.
And it seems like the priority here for Bushka is going to be that raid phase because they sense a
Yeah,
weakness in this space. Even though it looks pretty big, the simple fact that, they didn't have enough time to get a proper compound down, that is a huge weakness, leaving your base vulnerable. And Bushka, I think we're trying to scout this one out, but they are getting countered. It looks like multiple teams in the area. You got Topping, you got YYY, but they are at least picking up some points for themselves. Currently 19 right now in the attack phase. Remember, the team that has the most points at the end of the attack phase will net themselves a bonus 10 points as well. So there are extra things to play for.
yeah, big incentives to seek out these fights. I just don't know if they're going to have a chance with that fight on their doorstep to finish that compound before the raid phase, man. It doesn't look likely. They're going to be a early target for sure. Seems like a lot of these players are out fighting. Maybe they've got their boom ready. They haven't got any more farming to do. Just waiting for this clock to tick down the next 18 minutes and they can start booming stuff. Let's see what
Yeah,
these two are doing down by Oxums, these two lonely teams vying for Oxum's control.
I mean, it's a tale as old as time, right? Fighting over oil, natural resources at this point. Two nations standing off, abusers on one end, and who is that on the other side? DMZ. Okay, that works out perfectly. The nice thing about abusers' base is that they actually have a monument to their back, and also they've got Oxums right in front of them. So that's two angles of approach to their base that they can feasibly be safe from because of the distance of the building here. Now for this squad, ZDMZ, this is another base that you look at and you just absolutely sense weakness.
This abuser's going to take heli from DM's pace.
He's trying to tag it. It's not even in render distance for us. There we go. Way off in the distance.
Yeah. We'll go
I
check
think
out what that is.
overall, like they kind of just already have their first raid target in mind. Just it's an isolated base out there on the south side of the map, and no compound. It's all stone, so yeah, prime target for them as soon as raid phase unlocks.
Another heli down. This time it will be a Tiro from Phil. There's not bit of a quieter area for it to come down as well. Not quite as many teams, but they'll probably start coming soon. But these walls, I mean, the Terror's probably going to put walls that guard this area. The rest of the team is nearby as well. Seems pretty quiet for now.
Just complete open terrain too. It's just only nodes as far as the eye can see. So I wonder if anyone's actually in the area to try and contest this one. You can see the early walls getting set up, and we do have counters coming in, pulling up in the cars right now. Gotta be careful. That's actually one of the first times I've ever seen that walling off while you're in the car.
Oh man, this is great. Oh, they could have came a little bit further. Let's keep an eye on these guys. These happy chappies, the clown car, man. I want to see them making a PUBG mobile rotation.
Yeah, honk honk.
Yeah, make a couple different spawn points. Take your walls, take your sleeping bags.
He did get the wall down. He got the bag down. Yeah.
Johnny Clown Car.
The fast one too. And I like how they're utilizing the natural kind of geography of the map. They found a nice little divot there where they got a small bit of cover, and there was a safe spot for them to hop out and throw down their walls. It looks like Johnny's going to try and get aggressive here, pushing across the ways, and somehow gets no damage taken whatsoever in that brazen move.
Oh my god, yeah, Johnny and Totari for Clown Car champions, mate. They're just rocked up, set the walls down, did a PUBG rotation, got the topography on their side, and they've just taken control, man. That's amazing. There is, of course, still roof control coming from up the hill, but Johnny's got a couple more walls, I hope. People shooting
there's
from the
still
other side of the hill as well, yeah. Minky.
plenty of time to play off of here. I do like Minky's move at the very least, going very far wide to try and find that vulnerable angle. But he's been spotted this entire time. He's even ringing out shots of his own, not quite getting tagged there, but just his presence alone will make it a lot easier for his team to push out from the base.
Taking down a little bit, not loads. We'll just heal up, re-peak. Was that I think that's a third player from Salaka now. So they're getting more and more control over this, but all of Phil have come out to try and take this heli back. Obviously, Phil were the one to take it down. They want to get these crates for themselves. Silaka with the excellent control, PUBG rotations and wall control. Looks like they might have it. They can just hold their ground a little bit longer.
It's Ayamo narrowly going down there, but hits the wall down just in time. Mokila, though, is a constant thorn in their side with this right side angle. Does get tagged down low, but still, with the backup of Johnny there, they can't really take advantage of that. There's no timing. Atero down to 2 HP. Will be able to heal this one up, and we have a standstill for now. They're trying to leapfrog their way forward with these walls, but Mokila has been connecting with these shots.
It's wall by wall getting like 6 foot closer. It's like a game of American football or something. It's all about 6 foot at a time. I think McCullough's had enough. Going to make this rotation. See if they can take down Teamo from this side angle. See, can they get another 6 foot, another wall maybe?
Yeah, I mean, the pressure that Makula's been able to put on the right side here has actually just kind of funneled all of Phil into one angle, while Salaka on the other side have a crossfire set up with Totori and Makula right now. And it really is just American football. First down by first down to get their way over, but eventually you will be building block, getting up to that helicopter. Ooh, there's a huge pickoff coming out from Salaka.
Yeah, I think we might have to nerf walls as well, man. We've nerfed turrets, we've nerfed hardpoint, we've got rid of that. Maybe we need to nerf walls. That is ridiculous, man. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 walls to the right in one line, just to get that much closer to heli.
In this war of attrition, though, it's been Salaka coming out on top. I don't know how many kills they've got on the other side, but now the crates are extinguishing themselves. Johnny gets onto one,
nice.
Picks up some of that. There's another going down. All dead will fall as well. Teamo getting pushed by Mokula on the side, allowing Johnny the space to pick up this loot for free.
Yeah, and Salaka are right at the top of the top 10 right now already. Oof, did lose a couple boxes to a naked there, but nice PvP to get the first 2 at least.
Oh, abusers coming
88 points
in.
now, but gunned down by abusers.
Wow, all that work, all they get is just the points, which it's definitely nice. I think they got about 3 crates there. There might be one that was sniped away by, what was that other team? By Phil. I think a naked was able to run up and steal one of those. You can see Johnny running back to those because there were some rockets on the ground. Got Bradley getting taken over by launch site currently. And we'll see. Very similar place there where we saw in EU it get taken down multiple times.
I think we're a little bit late, mate. Just the
skeletal
remains of an old tank taken by 4 Rust warriors before they head back to base, but we're too late. Over to DM. Also, there's ZDMZ and there's DM, right?
Oh.
Okay. So...
Hopefully. Well, I think both of the DMs, though, are on the chopping block. With 10 minutes to go, you can see Bushka. They've been out here for a while. I don't know if they're just looking for PvP or if they want to just get early control on this base. And now that there's 10 minutes to go, I think the intention is pretty clear what Bushka want to do. Yeah,
of course. They're only like 50 points behind. The PvP phase, if they can just get a quick raid on their hands, they'll be very, very comfortable at the top of that leaderboard. Or almost. Just 10 points ahead of Ethereum, so Ethereum got a bit of a chance too. Ethereum probably going to be looking for an early raid themselves if they've got the gear ready. So yeah, just with 10 minutes to go, there'll be a little bit more fighting, but some teams will be getting ready. If they can't get control of a base just now, they might be going just gearing up and choosing which base they're going to raid. think you're right. I think Bushka will be trying to raid this base in 10 minutes' time. I've also got a FNAF over the way there who will almost definitely counter. There's a lot more countering in the 4-mans. It can get a bit chaotic. It's really, really good stuff. So looking to get into it. Here we have a rooftop, 4 beds, but not covered in turrets again. So things are changing. I do like this.
Yeah, that one turret limit, I do agree with when we have the smaller team sizes, because having to deal with 3 turrets as a 4-man just makes maybe getting roof control a little bit more difficult. So having that one is definitely a great choice here for 4v4s. For Bushka, they are continuing to find these kills so far. Like you said, 45 points behind Salaka, but a lot of those Salaka points were from securing the crates over at Heli.
Yeah, I mean, heli crates could really come into the start of the leaderboard, but it's a big thing, you know, to take it down in your area, to be able to do that and control it until the flames go out, or to do a wicked counter like we saw with the clown car. It does take a lot, so it's good. It's good that it gets you the big bucks. Not quite as big as a raid though. Raid being 40 points, of course, if you can get that TC. So that will be why Bushka on that doorstep and not leaving. Maybe they even got raid supplies in their pocket right now, or maybe they'll be going to get it just before this clock ticks over. Up the hill, we got Toppin, Zura. Zura, one of their players was on a kill streak recently, but they're down at the bottom there, 17 points. People doing quite well in this raid phase so far. Some quite high kill counts there. Some people haven't even touched boxes. Even YYY, he said, weren't really on the board doing much last game. They've managed to get themselves 22 kills this one, so they're off to a half decent start. Let's see how that goes for them.
Yeah, they're involved in a lot of the PvP that's currently going on around this area. For topping, I think they're just getting their fill of roof camping in for the moment. And, you know, whether it's base invaders or whether it's a normal wipe, roof camping will draw attention and the ire of your competitors. And just like that, you get punished for it.
Yeah, you get shot in the head. Hicks are going to try and make a move close to the base, but might have been better off just holding that angle where they could still shoot up. See these walls falling, crumbling. See, walls have been nerfed in the past, but maybe they need nerfed again after what we just saw.
XR did go down, and now he's going to try and run back as a naked. We'll see, though. A lot of prime targets in the area, though. We saw a huge, the density of the base is pretty much in the center of the map, mostly on the north side here, just around airfield. And I honestly, I kind of wonder what makes teams decide like, hey, this is the area that we want, especially when we don't have like an objective like the hard point to actually play over.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, they're probably looking for fights. That's why it gets a little bit congested, because as soon as a couple people start putting bases up, you start going on in the same neighborhood to maintain those points. It's a lot harder to get points. Those two teams down in Oxums, they're in the south. There's not enough like fighting for them down there to get on the leaderboard properly. I wouldn't be surprised if we were to go through the location of some of our top leaderboard here, and they'll all be in dense neighborhoods. Because where we get those fights, and obviously chasing down the heli when it's down, which we can see again. Johnny from Salaka going for another heli take. Maybe didn't get the loot off the last one, got the points from the boxes. Gonna try and get both this time.
Yeah, we saw another team pull up and probably walk away with all those rockets. Ooh, Johnny taking a large brunt of that damage. It is aggroed onto him right now. If he gets another rocket run coming his way, will he survive? Ooh, narrowly missing out on those.
Oh, we got Phil as well. Yeah, so it's right next to Phil, right next to Oxums. Taking down Oxums. This is going to be an interesting take, because of course you can't build any cover at Oxums, but Oxums is just pure cover, so this could be quite interesting. Oh, it's right. No, I swear that just hit the rooftop and then jumped 30 meters. I swear that hit. That's crazy.
Yeah, the momentum just really carried it off there. So this is going to be difficult for Salaka, those two members running in. At least they'll have the natural cover of Oxums, but that allows Phil to basically wall up there back over here. And actually not too far off is that Salaka base. Abusers, though, were the ones that pulled up to actually scoop up the loot, I think, off of that heli from the last one. But this time around, they might not be content with just the loot itself. They might want the points.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, it doesn't... yeah, here we come abusers in the clown car now. This is a different clown car. But it's still great for making the PUBG rotations. It's great. But yeah, you can actually get sprayed down with the AK to the point where the car just disappears, basically. That's something that's interesting too. You know, in other games, cars would explode. They'd literally just disappear in Rust.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna try and push 2v1 onto Totori. That's not gonna be a free
Nice.
kill for them. Right outside of his base too, but I think the rest of his squad are outside right now trying to get positioning onto those crates. The bed's going down. I wonder if they just scooped them up off of the Salaka body as well.
You know, I saw a clip of recently. This kid, he built twig around a car, put a door frame around it. Well, I built twig, pushed the car onto it, put a door frame around the car, put a wooden door in the door frame, and it like glitches the car, so it's like, you know, it's like stuck, like when you're stuck in the map or something, and it's like, and then it disappears and all the loot falls out.
Oh, that's actually something I got to keep my eyes on because honestly, I'm always just like, oh yeah, find the F1s, find whatever kind of boom I can that I'm okay with throwing away to try and get at this loot inside this camper van and such.
Yeah, yeah, you can just destroy a camper van probably, or not, or at least it worked with the car. Should work with camper too. Be interesting to see someone pull that glitch out the bag in base and if it would be counting abuse or not. But it should be. You shouldn't be allowed to do that, man. Also, there should be an explosion. It should just disappear.
Phil are able to utilize Oxums well here for this heli defense, and you can see abusers just biding their time. Might want to try and pull up, use that car to get themselves some free cover on the heli and scoop up the loot, or at least scoop up the points for themselves. Not a bad game plan for them.
Yeah, they might. You think they might just roll in like once the flames go out? They're just gonna drive in the car.
I think that's the only play here, really. You got 3 minutes left to go, and so after that, you have to shift gears quickly and get ready for the raid phase. And I don't know if they have a target in mind once we do shift into that portion of the game.
I think right now their target's just getting into the top 10, and I think maybe they see their fastest route to that by nabbing some of these boxes. They haven't actually made it up past 10th place yet, I don't think. I've seen them there, so if they can get over there and get a few boxes, that really should do it for them. But of course, here we have that cover we were talking about earlier, you know, the impenetrable cover of Oxums. You can't destroy it. You also can't build it and change it though, but it seems to be doing pretty good for Phil so far. He took that roof control of Oxums early on, and of course they've got their base, and they've got a little bit of a forward operating soldier there, all dead. And Atero right by the boxes, of course. Very low health, but if those flames go out, Atero is right there. I think this might be a Phil take. But of course, could still see Salaka come in, or Abusers drive in, hopefully. Hopefully at least see Abusers try and drive in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the timing on that's going to be a little bit rough. We do have the first boxes, it seems, getting extinguished now, but Atero is in position. Salaka, I think, might have them pinned down. We saw a few members actually pushing out of the base. They're fairly close to the road over there. Yeah, you got Johnny keeping Atero actually locked down from this angle, still tagging him behind that.
That's one hell of a beam. They're like so far away, and those bullets are just coming in straight for Atero.
All right, this is where you just got to give your body for the play, but LNG in hand.
Nice.
2 crates have extinguished. He can run up for this right now, and he
Yeah,
will.
see if he can get them.
All right,
Phil,
secures
there we
2
go.
for himself.
They're up in the top 10 now, you see. That's why. That's exactly why Abuse is one of those crates. But they will not get them. Phil will, putting them on to 30 points. Yeah, some explosions over in the distance. The attack phase only has 1 minute 15 left. So let's go. Can we go over to, was it Dirge Carl? It's such a weird name, man. The guys we're out the compound. The no compound guys.
There was DM and DMZ or ZDMZ.
Bushka, that was it. Not
Bushka. Yeah, they are on that base. I don't
DM base, yeah.
see a raid platform coming out quite yet, but they are definitely poised to try and push up. The NAF, though, already early outs to try and counter this raid or maybe start the raid themselves. Good for DM, though. They are outside right now fighting, or I don't know, it could be bad. Maybe they are just on timer on inside bags. We have YYY showing up here as well. So multiple teams sense that weakness in the base. I mean, this is still a beefy base. It looks like, what is that, a 5x5 or 3x3 core? And we haven't quite taken a look on the inside, but I mean, all guesses, of course, is it's probably going to be advent calendar in there.
You kind of I think you just walk into it as well. Hardpoint's no longer active, of course. They never were. You couldn't get in there, but here we start this raid phase, and let's see which of these, if any of these teams actually brought any boom. I mean, Julka, I'm pretty sure they'll have just brought boom. They've just came from their base just before raid phase started, so I think they're going to have boom in their pockets. Let's see if they
Yeah, I
can get
didn't
this started.
see any rockets or C4 on the hips of the YYY members. It's just Bershka, of course, having that priority on the distance to the base. Laddering up is Alias to try and get into that shooting floor. And
Easy
it
peasy.
was left incomplete. You can see the twig on the door frame there. So they were never able to kind of try and block that off.
All it takes is a quick upgrade and then a door. Oh, okay. Good approach. I like it. Skipping out a bunch of doors. They are armored anyway, and going straight into what might be the advent cannons. Maybe not. We'll see when we get a bit further into this base.
He's going to
Maybe
just
find the
thermite drill
TC?
down.
Oh, see, it's not even got advents yet. Maybe it's got none at all. It might just be a 353 core, and it's just even unfinished honeycomb and that. We'll see as we get a little bit deeper, but so far, looking like a slightly unfinished base. Again, skipping out, going through that core, going through the doors of the core. They are still armored, and just going straight through this honeycomb area. Let's see what's next.
No surprises, we have our first two TCs getting sniped. It's going to be Cheater going down along with ZDMZ, excuse me. It was abusers who were able to scout out the weakness in that base, and we kind of figured that might be one of the first TCs to get taken, but here in the first minute of the raid phase, it's not unheard of, but still extremely fast.
I mean, Bajilka are trying to go fast, but here we have the central area. There is advents here. Not loads and loads of them, to be honest, for once. just 2 floors worth.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't carry that way, one basically all the way up to the roof, because you had the build space to do it. So no point not to. But they are getting slowed down a little bit. The counters, Bershka have to deal with it from the outside. Multiple teams showing up, FNAF in the area. They are inside of their base right now, but YYY coming into counter, definitely putting a spanner in the works for Bershka.
There were a couple of raids up north. One of them obviously finished straight away. That was Cheetah straight away. We got LTU Hindi. Maybe getting raided by Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum have one on the roof right now. Looks like they flew in with that mini. Oh, and they approached multiple ways. So one coming top down, one from the side. This is a different kind of base than what we're used to seeing here in Base Invaders.
Yeah, not so many doors for once. another matter I'm thinking about addressing changing. I'm not sure if the real people that make the decisions are actually going to change the door meta or not. There's such a complicated one, but it's good to see less doors in the base and more action.
A lot of doors just left open as well. So
pretty bad form.
This is going to make it, yeah, really easy once the Raiders actually get into the core to kind of eliminate the ideas of like where the TC can be. For Ethereum, though, it seems like they have very solid control. You can see the compound completely locked down. Rooftop, oh, I think one of the defenders might have actually gotten a kill up there. And yeah, it was Hindi actually taking out one. So Ethereum kind of letting down their guard for a moment there. Opens up a huge possibility for the defenders.
It's just 35 doors, 5 TC inside the base now, I think. So if they've got a chance to seal. See if they can get away with that. We'll see in the scoreboard soon if they lose it. But there's more boom going off, I think. Is that another new raid?
Should be Bratva, yep, raiding LLN right now. With FNAF showing up to try and counter this raid. Bratva have rooftop control. It seems like a lot of the base not quite complete, or no, the shooting floors have just opened up at this point. Bratva will just try and splash through these walls, taking their time.
What do you think in this little 3x1 honeycomb on the roof?
We're actually surprised in EU. There was a TC actually left up on one of the upper doors on a rooftop. And it was the final door that teams end up checking out. But I think
Yeah, it happens, man.
lesson was learned. Make sure you check all the doors first. Oh, defender coming through, but even though he got the drop on them, he wasn't able to get a kill.
Oh, 1 kill for Donald Trump, please save me, but it's not actually a kill, it's just a knock and you will be rezzed. And yeah, they have completely avoided this 3-by-1 above them on the rooftop, and everyone goes down just as they open the doors up. 3 garage doors start going through. There is something up there. Maybe it's just loot, protected loot. We saw a ramp by accident. Maybe there's some boxes on that. DM eliminated by Bajilka. They did get there in the end. It didn't take them too long. Only took them 6 minutes, 20 seconds. So good stuff there by Bajilka, who will shoot up the first base. 147 points there. Salaka hot on the tails. 119. And Zabivnia. Third place with 86. Then Ethereum 67. Ethereum were doing a bit of a raid themselves, I think, at one point. So we'll see how they get on with it.
Yeah, no surprises here on the tempo of the raids. We expect a lot of early TCs, 5, 6 TCs to go down within the first 10 minutes of the raid phase. And it is definitely keeping up pace. Bratva on the chase for one of their own. Surprisingly enough, not in the top 10 so far off of the PvP that they are getting here in the raid defense. You can see their 10 kill streak, 5 kill streak as well coming in for another Bratva member. They're picking up a lot of points despite not having the TC quite yet.
Yeah, big pile of bodies in the doors, even that big pile of kit as well. That's nice. Beautiful to see. AKs on the floor, lots of full kits on these bodies there, but I think they're going to just keep going through the core for a little bit, maybe take out some beds as well, but it's actually been a bit of a pause. Maybe they're running out of boom or clearing the area, I'm not sure, but a little bit of a pause in their boom. Door does get open down here, so that'll be another push up from White Willy.
Yeah, he has to play his life right now. Lost a few of his teammates inside of the base, so he just needs to kind of hold down, defend, and that is gonna be. I don't know if that was actually a Bratva member going down, or if that was a defender.
No, that was the defender, White Willy, that just pushed up. So Bratva still got control, and they do have boom to send back off. So see how much deeper they get from this top down. They don't actually need to take that floor out. They could just come back down, split through the doors. We'll see. More boom going off. Oh, there's G4 at base. Finals. Taken out by Bingo. Quite a lot of boom. Bingo might have made quite a lot of work just in the past 10 seconds. It's plenty of boom, and if they found a good route, let's see where they've got to. Oh, they're already to doors.
Yeah, there was only one defender spawned in this base, so Bingo have basically put them on timers, it seems like, or maybe even cleared out a lot of the beds, but we got a lot of doors to get through. We're talking about door meta once again, as Pogger's just using this layer to... oh wait, that's a teammate. Okay, popping up for him. Trying to pick up some extra boom at this point, but man, this is going to be difficult.
This is insane. So many doors in this one, and such an awkward place to have to boom them from with this stupid headboard.
I'm also just kind of denying the mobility of raiders if they try to come in from this top layer down. Being stuck in this crouch animation really does slow you down if the defenders can find that angle, but honestly, they don't even have the peek ups to really try and defend. We'll just have to use the jump ups to try to get in there. So awkward for everyone, I would say, is this base.
Yeah, it's awkward. There is a little bit of armor there, but aside from that, it's mostly just sheet metal base in the core. That's the thing. Also, when people see these doors, like you said, there was one missed on the rooftop. They think, oh, that's where it's at. TC might just be in the core. The doors might just be a distraction. The TC might be on the roof, like it was in the EU. It can happen.
Free reign here for Bingo. I haven't seen a defender inside. I think one person actually spawned on the outer beds or outer bags. So really dire straits for them to try and wrestle control away from the Raiders right now. Pray that maybe a counterer comes in, but again, if a counterer comes in, you have to deal with them afterwards as well. You're just hoping something slows down, but right now the C4 is coming out, and so they want to pick up the pace of this raid. They know that for Bingo right now, they are currently sitting at 55 points. That's over a 100-point deficit with first place.
Starting to make a bit more headway now. Still not being told off or contested for this raid. Just letting them get away with it so far. Pushing out one at a time and dying hasn't really done the trick just yet. So see if they can group up, play as a 4-man, and push out together. But the boom's just consistent. They brought a lot of boom to this party, and they probably expected they might need it, and they definitely do. There's just so many doors.
I'm just wondering if like they were relying upon like rooftop beds for their respawns, but we saw complete control coming out for Bingo here. And if they have no other options for respawns, I mean, if it's just coming out from core, the defense is so difficult from that position. So you kind of just built yourself into a corner here with this kind of base design. Oh,
Oh,
as I
Paradise
say
does
that
get
though.
one. All right, first bit of defense we've seen in a little while. See if they can get any more. Finals eliminated by Bingo. There we have it. They found it. Goodbye, finals. Pleasure knowing you. Bingo shoot up to third place, 97 points. Still a little bit behind Salaka and Buljul Cat. But it's not over yet. Still 1 hour, 19 minutes left. Still plenty of time to get a handful more raids. And speaking of raids, there's plenty of raids going on the map. Here's a new one for us. It's actually Salaka. Oh dear. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
Phil
gonna be
and Abusers
two
pushing
teams.
into Salaka base. Salaka in second place. They are a contender for first place. Abusers looking pretty serious about this. The amount of walls they've got down. They brought the Scrappy over, got the spawn platform, and they're rocketing in. Phil sending boom from the time, or are they just countering?
Yeah, Salaka's opportunities to try and push out from here to try and defend this rate is so low because you got Phil and Abusers coming from either side, so they're not actually engaging with each other. They're just pummeling in from their respective angles at this point. So Salaka has to make a choice. Who do they try and push out on? And that is not a decision I envy whatsoever because either way, you're still getting pummeled from the other end.
Yeah, and like the longer they leave it, man, it's not unheard of that a TC gets found in a raid like this, where you know, if your TC's in the side of your base, like the Advent doors or whatever, and you've got two teams pummeling it from two sides, that's like a 50-50 chance of finding the TC nearly. It's like nearly half your base getting torn to shreds.
The rockets are coming slow, though. Is like the only thing that it can count on at this point. It seems like there's only 2 rocketers on the abuser side. For Phil, they've actually stopped rocketing here. They've decided to try and take compound control and maybe work their way from the inside. Abusers just going to use their safety of their walls to hope to snipe the TC from this side.
Yeah, they might just actually have been looting the compound from the kits that were taken down and coming back just to rocket. Rocketing so many rockets. These holes are going to get big. We might even see a tunnel through the middle of the base by the end of this. If the TCs are not on these edges where they're rocketing, it's near the sides. You might see just a big tunnel eventually if they don't push in. It's a good way to do it though. The more you tear that base apart, the easier it is to control when you do go in.
Yeah, it seems like now, with a few of the Salaka members actually going down and being put on timer and being stuck inside of the base, they are more comfortable on the abuser side of actually having all 4 players going for the rocketing here. It's just absolute pummel with no response whatsoever from Salaka.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to be the sort of team that's going to sit at the top of the leaderboard, you do also need to be the sort of team that can keep your base from being torn to shreds like this. So what are they doing? They need to... they're in the base, you know. I think one of them's in the shooting floor. Totori might be finally shooting back on this side, but again, like this base is already falling apart.
Yeah, just relying upon only a shooting floor, not having like the ramps to play off of, does leave you fairly vulnerable. You want to have both of those options, both the shooting floor and the ramps. But they were a little bit scared of the top downs of people controlling their roofs, so they just go ahead and barricade that one off. But I don't like the idea of just completely getting rid of that option for yourself in your base.
Yeah, there's different types of peaks that they take. I don't think there's even time to do like a proper wide gap base on in this short build phase to do like a really good wide gap base, like different angles and different peaks. It seems like we see slightly more simple bases in the 4-mans as well because there's less builders, you know. So there's maybe parties do with this simplification as well. There's just the time to build.
Now, with a decent amount of the Salaka members on timer, Phil feel pretty comfortable about pushing into that compound. Maybe try to ladder in with the hole into the hole that they were able to get in the side of their base. Over at Abusers, it's going to be Zabivni actually with the rooftop control right now. You can hear this C4 going down as well.
Easy entrance. easily getting this raid started, but how long can they keep it going? Armored door will get blasted. Looks like it was a triple. I expect to see a TC on the other side of that.
Just for good measure. Just for good measure at this point. Ooh, LTU Hindi. Bingo. Started off that raid about, 10 minutes ago. It took them a while, but they will end up securing that. And that will push them up into second place. For Zabivni, just finding some loot rooms here. They will have a lot of this base to get through.
Oh, the wolves come to join the raid. The wolves somewhere. Wildlife has come to counter.
You like spawn naked and you hear a wolf or a bear instantly.
Did armored doors got buffed, didn't they? That's right. That way they're free C4.
Yeah, I think that was about, 8 months ago, 9 months ago? I don't know. There just always changes the Rust that every time I come back for a wipe that there's something new to learn. There's always something new to learn. Oh, opting to just go through walls at this point. It's just frustration here, or...
I mean, there's so many armored doors up here. I think they're convinced that it's gonna be like through this snaking pattern. But we'll see. They found a bit of a snaking pattern down below as well. If they get into that door, it might be a bit of a zigzag of triangles. We'll see behind there too. Going straight through one of the walls as well. Yeah, maybe getting a little bit desperate. Obviously, the faster they get that TC, the safer. So far, this raid has been completely under their control.
Seems like there might be some abusers members. The defenders actually spawning on the outside. So really bad signs so far for defense.
And they've just found the bedroom as well, the actual base bedroom. So, mate, this wolf is countering hard outside. Like, it's still going.
Oh, looks like defenders actually gaining some ground. And they're back in. We'll see if they can seal up, though. That's going to be an important part here because we do have Zabivni with their raid platform just outside. But for now, they seem fairly comfortable. Yeah, you got 2 people on the roof. That's going to be Nerm and Zabivni are sent all the way back to that raid platform. It's going to be difficult just to try and walk in now with the roof control wrestled back by the defenders.
Yeah, Nerm probably built this base pretty fast. I think good for 4-mans. This is impressive. I like the double slanted peak. It's really nice. Would like to see a little bit more color coordination though, Nerm. Just like, some stuff. You've got this beautiful fractal like flower of life pattern here. If you just like some sort of pattern.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Zabivni are actually trying to get back into this space. I mean, when it's 4v4 online, you know how difficult it can be. There's no counters coming in right now, so that option really isn't available. But they are just getting gunned down. Really good utilization of these peaks coming out from defenders. I mean, things looked pretty dire. Zabivni did try to pick up the pace of the raid, but ultimately just one misstep. That's all it takes for the defenders to win out on the raid.
I mean, they've got the gate down. Maybe they're going to start pummeling in the side. I mean, the roof, when they had roof control, it was really good. Nice simple raid, but the abusers did an excellent retake of their own base, held them back, and now using these advantageous peaks to their advantage, keeping them back. They might even push out. So, I hear a lot of doors. So hang on. Is that a pumpkin helmet on hang on? Is that, am I tripping? The wolves
Wouldn't be
outside,
surprised to see
people are
that.
going to PvP wearing pumpkins. No, yeah, I am tripping.
Yeah, hang on. We'll try and push out of the compound now. Yeah, things are going even worse for Zabivni, who try to get back into this raid, but abusers feel confident enough to push out of their compound, try to push up onto that raid platform, and just completely end this raid.
Yeah, this is really good defense. This is one of the problems with these quiet neighborhoods, because it makes it much more down to like 1 team versus 1 team, and there's a lot less chaos. So it's actually, you can lose. Oh, hang on, does get taken down right at the front line of Zabivni, but of course more shots coming down to keep them back.
Yeah, he was sneaking up. He had the information on them, but unfortunately, despite having the drop, he ends up losing out on the duel. Still, it would have been a difficult fight for him because it was ultimately a 2v1. They could have traded lives and gotten them right back on in and rekitted. But as we go back across the map, it does seem like we've got who is that? Zuhra going for a raid onto Topping, but Topping are prepared for the defense. They've got someone on the roof right now, and they have someone on the outside pushing out, though.
Bit of a double-layered shooting floor. A little bit more versatile than single layer. No ramps on this one, though. Just the windows, but 2 different layers of them. Keep an eye on Zuhra. We'll keep on moving forward, one wall at a time, getting ever closer to the compound that has been breached and sealed previously. It looks like just there on the edge, or that's just a terrible build, maybe. We don't know the history of this mistake in the wall.
Oh, Topping as they try to get aggressive, pushing out, losing out on 2 members. And that's going to allow Zuhur actually a lot of time now to get up to this wall. If they want to go ahead and blow it, they definitely can. Oh, and that's surprising that they actually gave up, the player that was up top on the roof. I wonder if he just ended up getting sniped down, if the AK spray just was able to make its way through and take him out. But now things are a little bit more difficult for the defenders. They are still trying to get back in and get rekitted. Surprised that Zura have slowed down as much as they have, making this progress up the hill.
Yeah, there's not really any boom going off here, so there is possibly a new boom in the earphone there. I think that is, yeah, just over here. FNAF and Bajulka. FNAF are actually in launch site right now, as Bajulka are going to start sending rockets in now. Now, will FNAF come back and counter from the outside? Probably a good shout. We do see one spawn back in. We'll probably see Farm counter from outside. Status and Bonnie. If they're fast enough, countering from outside will probably be enough. But as you can see, Alias is already pushing up the side of that base with ladders and is already inside the base with boom.
Oh, docking traps coming through.
That's a rare sound. People don't normally bother.
Who fell to that, or were they able to survive? I saw 3 members of Joka there. Yeah, it looks like the shotgun trap was successful. Took out.
Oh! Nice one for NAF. Beautiful stuff there. Completely failing on the rocket, the PvP rocket out of the triangle there.
All right, recover. You got to recover. Just brush that one off. We're only an hour and 7 minutes with remaining time on the raid phase. There's plenty of game left to go. Brush that one off.
Yo, mate, that might have actually been the raid over. Without that one mistake, it's all over.
Could you imagine? Oh, Brazuka are back on in. Looks like they will trade 1 for 1. The defender dropping down. Oh, that was just way too aggressive of a play. Like you wait for the trades, you wait for your teammates to come in for the respawn, but Berserka are here. They'll be able to get the pickup on their teammate as well. Now the C4 instantly going down.
Yo, this base is really interesting. I'm enjoying seeing this get raided. Let's see if these ladder hatches go anywhere interesting. It's just like a bit like Advent Door in it, but just making everything a decoy. Wherever there's a triangle, make it look like there might be a TC inside it.
I mean, they're throwing C4 at it, right? So it does look like it is. Oh,
and there we go. There's a TC inside one of them. But you see how quickly they worked through that. Like, there's only one C4 in it, a ladder hatch, so it's completely short work to. They could have even splashed it. But yeah, FNAF eliminated by Bajulka, putting Bajulka in first place. I think they already were actually, so keeping them in first place. Silaka hot on the tails, as hot as they can be. 160, 60 points behind. That's a raid and a bunch of kills. Ethereum here looks like Bingo might be on their doorstep, but not necessarily boomed inside just yet. Do see one Ethereum player out. Whenever angle, oh yeah, they're neighbours, aren't they? So they've been out quite a lot. Do hear a little bit of boom, and there's the rockets heading into Ethereum base from Bingo. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, it's really important for 35 Doors to really play his life here, but there's a lurk coming out from Bingo. Kate is on the other side of the bushes. He gets spotted out, and now things are a little bit scary for the 3-man of Bingo. 35 Doors tries to hold that angle, but no. in that challenge, he will fall. That was the big opportunity for Ethereum to shut down this raid as quickly as it starts, but still, you can see the presence coming out. They're trying to push out from their compound now. No one on the roof, though. You can see a lot of work has been done onto that outer shell of the base. Zola will try and go for the peak on the right, but his toesie's getting shot up. We'll have to retreat back on in.
Reasonably big sized hole already, to be honest. I didn't think they'd done that much until we took a proper look at it. Obviously, there is that HQ on the top floor. That might be telling of something that's trying to be protected. They do start booming into that area. Take twice as many rockets as a sheet metal, but I think the chance it's quite possible that there's a TC up there, considering there's so much HQM. Not too much advent stuff going on this side here.
Oh, possibly some counters coming in. We heard some shots off to the right there, but they have a nice wall there to block off all the shots. They're still getting 3 rockets off. There's no presence coming out from Ethereum. I think Zola was the only one out there, but he got taken out by Nikita.
We've got LLN coming in from the distance, but this is actually from the side. It's just more Ethereum like defense. Maybe even trying to rotate all the way around to the beds, which is definitely a good idea. And as Bingo Auto Turret catches onto that possibility, does put another wall down. If Ethereum could just get something over there, some sort of explosive or flammable, it might be able to just burn down those beds and put them at a really, really big advantage. Of course, if they can also get any kills. But Auto Turret is wise to this rotation. 35 doors. Have to keep trying to rotate, but like you said before, play for their life, keep themselves alive until they can make their way to the actual beds. But these rockets are incessant. They're still coming out of those launchers.
Yeah, nothing has slowed them down quite yet. You can see Zola and Tiki getting up top. But a lot of work has been put onto this base now. You can see that Armored has slowed them down quite a bit with only 2 members rocketing. It will take some time to get through, but it looks like the first armored wall has at least fallen on that top floor.
Be interesting to see if they push in on foot at any point. They do seem pretty content with just sending these rockets off from a distance for now. Especially with the threat of their beds. It's good to stay nearby the beds as well. If they've got plenty of rockets, there's still plenty more of this base that can be taken apart before an entrance.
I think they want to, at least secure a few more kills, get someone on timer. Something like that happening will get them a little bit more confidence to try and push up and actually go in for that compound. But for the most part, Ethereum have been playing this one extremely cautiously, not taking too much risk, playing off of a lot of time. I'm wondering if 35 doors is still out there on the flanks and remaining a threat. And it looks like Auto Turret Bingo was able to push up aggressively and take him out, and so now they have a lot more confidence to push up.
Yep, and a big hole in the base getting bigger. On the edge there. At least bedrooms up here, which is, it's good to take them out. I mean, that might be it. The bedrooms themselves are enough to want to protect with this much armor. 35 doors respawn inside. Going to take a peek out. See, that's now their exit. This is a good place to be booming. Keep on booming through this HQM, and you might stop Ethereum be able to spawn and re-kit properly from the top of the base.
Yeah, they're getting some decent information as well. Having opened up that much of the base, they see that below the bedrooms there on the armored floor that there are pancake layers that they're going to have to deal with. And so going from the side is probably the best bet at this point. Ethereum, though, still trying to push out. No one is actually outside of the compound for them quite yet. But you can see 35 doors going for a cheeky peek there. Zola now pushing out. And this is a really good opportunity for them. They might have been able to get a kill with Bingo. Actually playing inside of their wall. Zola doesn't make it behind cover. Will fall down. It's Auto Turret ready to try and push into that compound. It's 35 doors on the other side for this defense.
Good place to hold the breach from. They did go for an extra large breach. Didn't want to just take one wall down. But 35 doors maybe even going to make a rotation. Nope. Fall back, take a little bit of cover in the side of that gate there. Auto turret going to start booming it. This is a strange place to start booming, but the TC might be right there in that final square, man. Trust me, there's any chance it could be right there.
It could also be a bedroom, and yeah, it definitely is. So huge spawns for them to actually try and deny. So slowly but surely, Bingo are making work on this base, denying a lot of the spawns. You can see 35 doors has been effectively shut out from this fight, but he is biding his time. Auto turret going for the peek, gets spotted, and
Nice.
35 doors does actually
Nice.
secure the kill and stays alive.
Yep, 2 really good kills there. The first 2 players to try and like make it through that breach get taken down. Gonna help keep Bingo back a little bit for now. Definitely a chance to put some walls back up if they are in pocket. There's enough time, but you know, sometimes with the stress of the raid and all this PvP going on, people haven't actually even got the walls ready, and you know, it could make a huge difference just having walls somewhere ready to put back into that compound, because if that's left open and big... Oh, Ethereum pushed out to the beds now.
Oh no, this raid has been taking place for so long that the wall started despawning. Ethereum with those kills were able to push the advantage. Really good timing, understanding of basically that entire fight, and really came off of that lurk play from 35 doors. You know, the patient play coming out from him. He holds the compound the entire time, waits for the breachers to push in without clearing out the angle, and get punished for it. So huge raid defense coming out from them as we swap on over back to this LLN raid, which feels like it's been taking us, Bratva had been taking their time on.
Yeah, sometimes it's not that simple. Like, this looks like quite a big one, so hats off to the amount of building they got done in the build phase. There's, as you can see, there's armored metal up here. So the 3x1 core of this 3x3 stack is armored, so that could be telling us something. Maybe there's something in the middle there, maybe not, but plenty of honeycomb and to go for as well. We've got LNN Slowzak on the roof here. I think they're the only player up here right now.
Someone spawning in from outside bags, coming into compound now. Bratva haven't been able to push into the breach quite yet. It looks like someone did get on ladders to try and take that rooftop away, but I think Slowzak was there to answer. You have Manastor in the side of the base right now, but the Bratva members respawning back at their own base. So effectively, looks like this should be a defense for them to seal up the breach in their compound wall, and they'll be good.
Yeah, maybe man still got through a door that got closed or something. Got a little bit deeper than the boom holes we saw. This team abusers getting raided by Phil. We are the last team down south there, so gonna make it pretty simple for them. Not too many counters coming up. Top in here, getting hassled by Zubra. Next door we got Bajilka and YYY. So this neighborhood will probably have another raid going off anytime. Yeah, there we have it straight away. Still going on. Silaka coming to the side of top in. Zubra. Zuchra coming in from another side. Yeah. 2 potential teams living right next door for a counter as well, so it could get interesting. This is a very, very busy neighborhood. Hixar taken down in the compound there. Zuchra keep moving forward. Oh no, Hixar is still healing. I thought they were taken down. 1 HP. Survivor gonna ladder up as well, make this push in at the top in base. Bit of a big hole in the side, but not made their way to doors just yet, I don't think.
It sounds like some C4 going off, so I think Salaka's raid platform might have been taken out. Yeah, Bajuka was able to come in from behind. Looks like Alias cleaned that one up, so very unfortunate for Salaka, who are currently in 3rd place, and it's done by our 1st place squad, Bajuka, right now.
Be pretty cool if Bajuka come in and steal this raid as well, not just stop that raid platform and hold back Salaka, but also come in and find the TC. We will see. They are nearly 2 TCs away ahead of Bingo. They are 2 TCs and 2 just less than ahead of Slaka, so they're doing pretty good, especially with holding Slaka back from having any chance of entering this raid. There goes a suicide falling off a ladder. Oh no, they were shot down.
Yeah, other thing to note for Zioka able to come in for that counter on the raid was that, well, they stole Boom away from our 3rd place squad, so that's going to slow down the momentum. Unless they have more sulfur back at home to fall back on, it's going to be tough going for the next 10 minutes for them. Might be a regrouping phase. Still, though, we have plenty of time. 55, 56 minutes left here in the raid phase.
Yeah, we'll just leave the camera here for 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Have a little break if you need to. So far, so good for our top 3 squads. See how they're doing in 5 minutes, and the rest of this 50-minute raid phase. See you soon. Boom, we are back. And there's plenty of boom going off. I smashed some food down my throat whilst this was happening. Looks like the scoreboard's changed a little bit. I think Bingo was 3rd place earlier on, the 2nd place now.
Yeah, and just before that break, we saw Salaka getting their raid stolen. And throughout the last 5 minutes of that break, it's Yuka who are coming in with that stolen boom, with that stolen raid, now have actually put a lot of work into this base.
Ladder's going up outside, I think. So there might be someone else joining this party.
You can see the hallway meta, though, still also in full effect, slowing down the raid. I mean, having to wait on one door while the C4 goes off is such a long wait. You can see how impatient that he's getting right there.
No, it does get pretty tedious, man. I would love to see a way to change this meta. There's like so many doors. You've got the base. You know, I don't know, maybe that's something, is if you're the only team alive in a base for a certain amount of time, it counts as a win.
He's just control long enough.
Does that sound like a fair adjustment?
I don't know, man. I have not done base invaders as long as you and others have, so I don't know how much my opinion holds weight in this. I mean, I would definitely like to see some sort of adjustment because I do love the creativity when it comes to building in Rust, especially in the last year and a half. I feel like there's just been almost like a renaissance of Rust base building in the last year and a half.
Yeah, there's some really, really cool stuff out there. There's just not always time to pass off some the most complicated things, and also a lot of the stuff that's meta on like a Rust server won't be meta on base invaders, like outer TC stuff and all that sort of crap. And wide gaps, like some really, I've said there's so many nice, beautiful clan shooting floors these days, but like they're not really buildable in half an hour.
Yeah. I still don't understand the full mechanics of building out and then having outer TCs and stuff like that. So trying to wrap your head around that in the 45-minute build phase that we have, unless you come in with a solid game plan and know the ins and out of your base perfectly, it's just so hard to execute.
But that is going to be a bonus, and for sure, if you got a good builder, you see the difference that just a massive shooting floor can make. Over on Abuser's base, they have better roof control when it comes to defending their area. There are people that just have simple square windows and that's it.
Looks like Bjorka might have actually lost control of this raid. Zuhra were one of the first teams here, and now they're the ones with roof control. You can see Hickstar is up there with one other player. The defenders getting some kits on for themselves too, and so nice chunky base, buying enough time for the defenders to try and respawn. But I don't actually see too many of the members actually inside. A few of them spawn outside bags.
There's a bit of fighting going outside in the field as well, but moving on to the north, I see 2 more bases, one that just finished recently, and then here we have Ethereum and Bingo. Neighbors going at it again.
Yeah, this has been like the isolated raid for a while. I think they've been going at it, going rocket for rocket for the last 45 minutes, basically the entire first half of the raid phase. Oh, a lot of C4 going on inside the Bradva base, who are currently in 10th place right now. We got some Bivney in here. Who else have we got? YYY.
Is this just like a giant octagon of advent, the whole thing?
Oh my god.
This is definitely the sort of base you want to just pummel with rockets.
Just completely pounding white.
Zigzags and zigzags and doors. All just one giant triangle foundation. There's no square foundation in this base whatsoever. It's just a giant triangle octagon.
Yeah, it shows also the potential of how many more doors you can actually put in there if this was all door frames.
Yeah, there should be garage doors, man. That'll be holding them back. But mostly just single sheet metal doors, not the toughest. Managed to zigzag our way all the way through these different spawn points, and that, bearing in mind the camera came in from outside, that is as deep as the raiders can go if they want to just push in, if they get away with it. Speaking of pushing all the way in, here we have
and
it.
we go right back down.
Yeah.
There we go, clearing out some of the spawns.
Jenny for the singular turret, wherever that's hiding. No,
There
Jenny.
are a few doors down here. I'm surprised that he's not continuing. I'm wondering if maybe they lost out on a few of the raiders, and so he just kind of needs to go back up and maintain control of the base for them. It looks like he is the solo man for Zabivni inside of this base. So yeah, really good presence of mind to just kind of stop the raiding, try to get his team back in. But that does, of course, leave the window of opportunity for Bratva. Man, they have so many teams coming in. LLN now showing up for the raid.
Our observer's going dizzy, just gonna skip out of there. That's a lot easier, mate. Yeah, hexagon. Wow. Keep battering. There's plenty more doors to get through. I mean, see, that's the thing. Where are you going to shoot from when it comes to shooting down? And if all you got is a couple of square windows.
And not much in the way of a shooting port to work off of
Pops.
either. How did he get into the roof?
Pops just climbed up, mate, and just shot him down. Just like straight up the ladder.
Using the Raiders ladders to get up to the rooftop there too. So I guess, you know, you got to do whatever you got to do to try and defend.
This is a pretty effective base design to an extent. Like it does like one thing well, but it does a lot of other stuff not at all.
That's nice timing there. He hears someone throwing out C4, goes for the door peek, and of course is able to take him out. But the damage has still been done. Man, yeah, this base is just meant to just take up time. That's all that it is here for. If this was larger groups, you would definitely expect this rocket pummel again. Bratva able to pick up that kill, slowly eking out the lives and the timers of our raiders.
I'd like to see in every little triangle a small box with keys and doors. No,
The rust escape room.
So like you could also be sealing it from anywhere. You can seal it from anywhere. They ain't done much sealing, are they? They've you know, they've got a kill or two in defense, but here we come, Raiders again, C4 again. I mean, this is working.
This is like a trick house of horrors.
I mean, it's...
it, like, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of like the old 80s like ninja movies where if you're trying to like raid a ninja's fortress, right? You have to worry about every single wall, the ceiling, wherever a ninja can pop out from. That's what's going on with the defenders right now.
Bruce Lee scene with the mirrors and that, like, it's like a hall of mirrors. Plenty.
And out of the next door, it's gonna be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
If you like doors, you've come to the right place. Base invade doors.
He's got to be getting frustrated at this point. I'm already lost. He doesn't realize he's actually done a full circle in his own base.
Nope, that's your teammate. you Bratva? Yeah, I'm Bratva.
I mean, if the base design is confusing like the base owners themselves, then yeah, imagine what it's doing to the Raiders right now.
Yeah, he's got the boom now, so I might even hold back the Raiders a little bit longer. Zabivni, maybe, don't know how much boom they lost, but that was a fair amount of time looting a body. It could have been quite a bit.
Oh, we've got a few more raids coming up. Abusers on the Bielka vase, and that is going to be huge. We do have a few of them spawning back, though, and Abusers have made a little bit of headway into the side here. And honestly, if they can draw back the Yuka, oh, it's really actually kind of unfortunate. I thought there might have been an opportunity for Topping to come in to also raid from their side, but they're defending up against Zuhra just off in the distance.
Yeah, that's raid in early days, but already starting to make way through some of the honeycomb. Going to keep booming that open. Shulker have had a little bit of hassle at their base, but they've managed to hold the fortress down so far. They've got the turret on the roof as well. That will help them out. Any helicopters try and land. We've got one player pushing out, going to try and find a route towards abusers, or maybe spray them down from here. Going to get Kukushka down to very, very low health, but not quite finished. Yep, finished. Nice, nice, nice. That's one good kill.
Now they have to worry about this angle. So this is really great presence coming out from Mimi. It's going to allow the rest of his team to push out of the base. I mean, it was a slow goings for them to actually respawn. I think they were just going one by one back and F1ing back into base. So it took a little bit of time for them to start mounting their defense, but this is a good start.
Very confident, trying to take on the rest of them. Got Alias pushed out, trying to do some assistance. Does get taken down. Will probably get revved. Me. Gonna heal themselves up too. But yeah, that was I think that was double Pete, Nirm, and Sober there. So it would be very hard to outspray that. I think someone is even spraying down from another angle too. But they are still trying to edge closer elsewhere. Zura taken down by Topping. Other way around, sorry. Zura taking down Topping, and that is just up the hill. Zura got away with that. Maybe they'll...
Yeah, that puts them up to 6th place now, just 9 points off from Zabivny. Now the threat for Yuka is that Zuhra can turn and try to transition over to this raid, and you know the window is pretty small here as Bioka are making ground. They have pushed up to that bed platform. There's Alias now creeping his way on in, finds a kill onto one abuser's member, another one spawning in on his bed. It's all down to, I think, Nirm to try and re-kit and try and defend here, but oh, he's gonna fall. Beautiful defense coming out. There is still one player alive too, actually, with the kit in and an aggressive push out right on top. It looks like they might have actually just traded lives.
Is Sober the only one standing? Check to your left a second.
Oh, Sober survived. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more player for Spyro to finish off. Sober goes down, and that is the raid defended. They do need to find some boom here to clear out the beds, but basically, it's a raid defense coming out from Yuka. That'll be some nice PvP points, along with some raid defense points going their way, as they are already in the lead right now. Bingo trailing behind by about 62 points. So Yuka would love to be able to slowly increment, slow increment gains on their lead.
There we go. Foundations and everything all gone. Very close though. I mean, it could have gone either way. At one point, Julka with that final player pushing in, definitely won it out clutch. So we take a little move around the map. We will see Silaka moving in on Phil. Silaka desperate to try and catch up with first place, but Bajulka just so far ahead now, 276 points. It's going to be pretty tricky in 37 minutes. You are going to need 2 TCs more Bajulka get in the next half hour. It could be tricky to catch up now, but we'll see if they can do it. Bingo a little bit closer. 70 points behind for Bingo and 90 points behind. Oh, there we have it. And as Bradford are taken down by Zabivny, we do see Zabivny move up to about 80 points behind as well. So if any of these second place, third place teams get a couple, 2 TCs and Bajulka don't get any, we might see it switch up a little bit. Here we have Tiamo pushing down through these millions of walls, trying to take down Silaka as they start sending rockets towards the Phil base.
And Silaka are on full alert too. You can see Totori was checking that left angle. He's making a lot of noise while Teamo is creeping up. Did he spot him through the small little crack there in the wall? He did. So the jig is up, but does he expect a second? Oh, excuse me. No, that's another Silaka member there. So now they're going to try and push up to the wall. Teamo respawned up top on the roof. So all 4 members of Phil are here for the defense. And for Silaka, they're just going to start rocking for the safety of their walls.
Yeah, pretty good spot to rocket from. Just keep them going until you made a big hole in the side of that base. Plenty of time left. A lot less people to interfere. After quite a few teams have been taken out. Some of these really busy neighborhoods have started to get a little bit more chill. Where they started out with like 7 teams fighting. There's now like 3, 4.
2 players of Phil trying to push out from their compound. They do have 2 players up top on the roof. Johnny just completely changing up his position. He got spotted out there on the left, so he's going to wide swing all the way around to the other side of the compound now. Really smart plays coming out from them. I can't imagine that they expect this kind of move coming out from Johnny.
Leaving the car behind though, going to do the rotation on foot. But yeah, Johnny has got a sneaky position. Oh, is that an admin? Hello, admin. Hello.
Oh, Johnny needs to move fast because it looks like the 2 members of Phil were able to push out and take out 2 over there on the beds. Johnny keeps this one alive. They were just a nail away from actually losing out on this. Ray ends up healing out in the open, and all dead pushes that one out.
If Johnny wasn't distracted looking at this random guy floating around destroying walls, he might not have been taken. He might have got another kill at least.
And look at Phil. As soon as they get the kills, they push on out. They know that they have to play off the timer here. They need to take advantage of that. And so now Salaka are in a really tough find, but they are finding the kills. Mia actually holding it down for the teams. Johnny has respawned back on in. Minky going for a wide swing. Johnny walls off. And it looks like Minka does end up going down. All Dead is still alive, though, remaining a constant threat. Here on the side.
All Dead can see the beds as well. It's very close.
Yeah, Teamo coming up from behind. So that's going to be the raid defense coming in for Phil. Unfortunate for Salaka. That's going to be 2 failed raids for them. As we've got the defensive rockets out from Matero.
Moculus managed to get back in and get some kit though from somewhere. But will be taken down. Yeah. It's all over. Johnny spawning back up naked. Wait there, and Mia. It's not over yet. I mean, they're still spawning. They can still loot up.
Oh,
nice
rocket just a little bit short there though on those beds.
Very close.
But Atero is zeroing in on this. He should be able to connect on this next one.
Yeah, they ain't got any armor. It's pretty clear that Phil should be able to win this fight. Yeah, see, it doesn't take many bullets to take down a naked. Phil fully kitted up. Silaka only able to pick up the odd AK. Here comes another rocket. It will hit the wall. Might be a little bit easier to hit those beds out now from the base. I think it's over for Silaka in this raid.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 failed raids, unfortunately, for Salaka. Before this one, we saw Vilka actually coming in, countering, and then taking over their raid, and successfully also finding the TC off of it. So 2 big L's taken by Salaka here, now dropping them down to the 4th place. We got Vilka in 1st, Bingo in 2nd, Bivni in 3rd, and Salaka having to lick their wounds with 30 minutes left to go. They need to find a new target.
Abusers are keen, man. They haven't managed. They haven't managed to get tons of TCs or anything, but they've been keen like the whole game.
you got to remember to put on the brakes, guys.
Scrappy's pretty keen to get the hell away from them.
Run away, Scrappy! Be free! Off into its natural habitat. Roaming the pastures of Rust Island.
Keep going, mate. Don't give up. Uphill? Can you make it uphill? It's gonna come back to us now.
It's coming back.
What is up with that Scrappy, man?
Can you imagine if that actually like drew the attention away of like the defenders? They're like, okay, they're still on the Scrappy over there. Teamo is out there though for Phil. Probably picking up the remnants of that Salaka. I believe it's Salaka, right? Yeah, Salaka raid platform. And this time around, Phil don't quite have like the natural advantage you would playing off the roof, right? The angle's pretty much eye level with the approach that abusers have taken. Yeah, Taro there realizing the hard way that he is quite exposed from this high ground angle from abusers.
Yeah, they've got a good angle on this base. It's Sulaco, like, coming uphill. This is more level.
Phil's still trying to wrap their head around what's going on here. They just ended up defending a raid as a second one comes in. They might be trying to maybe seal on the other side just to make sure they're safe because they know that, this base can take some beatings and the rockets aren't that fast. You can see, I think, only 2 rocketers really taking their time. The other 2 players of the squad just defending for them. Minky is up top, but Nerm is really able to utilize the angle off that wall. Just really abusing it, living up to their namesake there.
This is the angle that Nim had through the A-frame up onto the shooting floor. Slightly different depth of zoom though from the AK than what we had there with the observer camera, but you get the point. Rocket's still going into the side of this base. Going to start breaching it through soon. I mean, they've definitely got enough rockets to take down the wall, but they obviously haven't all been hit in one spot. So when it does start falling, it could be quite a big hole. Of course, there is also a breach in the compound. They want to make that move forward. Phil Atero making a peek up on the roof, but sprayed straight down. Abusers showing really, really good sprays here. So that's Salaka. That's Mir, actually. Oh, my days. Salaka coming back.
I wonder if they've got any boom or they're just looking to try and counter. They are actually just looking to counter at this point, but Abusers were wary of it and spotted out the one player up ahead. There's still 2 more wrapping around that compound for now, but looks like Abusers really do have their head on the swivel and are ready for this counter.
Yeah, they're paying attention to all angles. You've got Phil Teamo pushing out as well, but taken down to 24 HP by Salaka players on the other side of the base. So that's Salaka north and south with Abusers west. It's looking pretty tricky for Phil to do much about this. Probably good for them that Salaka aren't booming as well just yet, if at all. Maybe you're right. Maybe Salaka have just come in with the guns to try and steal the boom away from Abusers. Got Minke peeking down from the rooftop there. Let's see who sprays better, Soba or Minke. They're both being pretty aggressive with this. Let's see who can outspray the other one, and it will be Abusers again.
Yeah, and M2 iron sights can be a little bit difficult, but he just decided to bust out the big guns for this one. Unfortunately, though, losing out on that duel. Now you can see one member of Abusers actually pushing out pretty wide on the other side, seeing maybe if there's some boom here on the Salakas. But I have to imagine for Salaka, they might be running a little bit dry because that was 2 failed raids in a row for them. And so I think the idea might have been to try and steal this raid away, because I don't know if they have any boom left here in 27 minutes on the timer.
I mean, it does sometimes get to that point at the end of Base Invaders where it's counter or farm because you got nothing left, It can't happen.
Yeah, look at all those sulfur nodes out in the desert. Come on, guys. Get the pickaxe out. And let's try to get a last 10-minute rally at the end of the raid phase. Oh, who's this showing up? Never mind. Didn't even get to find out who that was.
I do love the attempt, though. Better show up in a car to a heli than a raid, I think. But, hats off for trying.
It looks like Minky is back up top with that M2. And Abusers have been slowed down. I don't know exactly what happened here for them. Finally, a rocket does come out. The tempo of the rockets completely came down to a halt for a moment there. Nerm is low on HP. Are they just out of meds?
I mean, that's not a good look before you even breached a raid to be out of meds, so let's hope not. There's not much point in continuing sending rockets in if you've got no meds. I mean, you've basically got 1 life, haven't you? So let's hope they've got a few more, or they can get their hands on some. They're going to push around the outside. Kukushka and Hang On both aware. Mokular taking down to 11 HP. It's very hard to outspray Abusers, especially if 2 of them are peeking. And whilst 2 of them are dealing with the flank, we do see Nerm still sending rockets. It's not much of a breach in the side of this base just yet, but maybe if they can clear out their flank, they can send more rockets together. But it seems like with these guys, like 2 of them are tending to keep an eye on the surrounding areas whilst the other 2 rocket.
Yeah, they decided to raid in from the side of the base that actually has the one lone turret that your base is afforded. So that could be stopping them from trying to push in. I don't know if it's actually got the angle there. It is pretty close in terms of elevation. So that could be one thing that actually does slow them down. But it's faced the wrong way, unfortunately. So never mind.
They had one chance.
Turn around. Defend your home. Defend Hogwarts.
Oh my days, buddy.
What happened,
Jesus,
buddy?
Showing some pretty good spray this evening. I'm a fan.
Yeah. They'll just have not been able to really get much of a defense going here from the rooftop. And honestly, the simple fact that they didn't build on ultimate height because, well, they need some level ground to start off in is coming to bite them currently. But, you know, it's not the fastest of raids coming up from Abusers right now. All Dead has pushed out. Never mind. He's gone sober. They have been so vigilant about playing defensive here on the raid, and no one's really been able to find an opening up against them.
Yeah, but equally they haven't got an opening into the base yet. They've managed to maintain control so well for so long, but all they've done is like 2 sheet walls.
Yeah, it's definitely slow goings. They started off the raid with only 2 rocketers too. Oh, one member of Flocka actually creeped on in.
Yeah, that was a Slovakia player. Where has he gone? So totally finding their way around the back of the base here. Don't think he's got any boom on him.
Does he have any ladders to try and get up on that shooting floor?
Could change things, but no ladders either. I think Slovakia just on a mischievous counter mission. To be honest, they don't really seem to have much resources to like do much else than just be mischievous.
Yeah, out of boom, out of time, and just grub. Try to get anything going. I mean, they tried to counter Abusers because they have to be out of boom. 2 failed raids, 2 raids stolen from them, essentially. Oh, the turret does ultimately go down. And that roof is just running out of angles for them to peek off of. It's going to become more and more difficult. It's the war of attrition for Abusers. They're taking their time with this raid, but they really don't have the time. They're literally at half the points of our current lobby leaders in Bielka, who have 311, and Abusers are sitting at 144.
Is there any other raids? Might be. Yeah, there's 2 raids. It's just H2, yeah.
This is the same bingo versus Ethereum.
It's been going on for like 40 minutes now, I think.
Yeah, it's like this weird tug of war between these 2 bases, right? But hey, Bingo are pushing in. No seal came out for Ethereum.
Oh, he's got a big job on his hands. I know he's got to. He's got to keep back 3 people, even with like the holder's advantage. I think the triple peak comes out on top.
Every time. Now, they do have the armored doors to peek out from at the very least there. I don't know if those are bedrooms on the inside. Ooh. Nice patience coming out from Nikita there.
Yeah, good use of info finally, just as we leave that. But that's interesting. Well, I wonder where the TC was. Because they didn't look like they really got much into the base. So
No, they were just
really lucky.
Yeah, it was mostly just rocketing in from the side. So very nice for them to pick that one up. It took a while, and now it leaves them a comfortable amount of time to try and find another raid. Speaking of another raid, it looks like YYY currently trying to defend up against Bielka and Zuhra on the other side of this one as well. So 2 teams coming in to raid them, but we do have all the members of YYY currently here in base, 2 at least on the roof ready for this, and a few members possibly posturing to try and push out of their compound.
And the compound gets breached, so Hixar's going to make a move in. This is Zura, who are in 8th place, so just trying to get some more dignity points before the event's over. No one's really going to catch up from this level, like this lower level of the leaderboard up with Bajilka on 314. Really, really strong lead they got there. It's possible Bingo can, but it's unlikely. But still, XR going to send the C4 into the side of the YYY base. See if they can get anything else off before the end of this event. And 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, we have a tight grouping there in the second place area with Bingos, Avivni, and Ethereum all within about 10 points of each other. Salaka, not too far out of the equation as well. So it might be in their interest to try and figure out where that Vilka base is and just take out number one. And then it'll be an absolute free-for-all between those four teams.
Yeah, and Salaka were second at one point. I think you're right. If someone could take down Bajilka, it would really switch things up. So it'd be nice to see someone at least try.
It's still impressive, though, that for Salaka, despite not being able to fail rating twice, that they are still here in contention for second place. They have reached 200 points. So they're keeping pace with the rest of the lobby. It's just been Bielka who have had some really nice timings, coming in for some really good counters and also getting some free raids. So I don't know. There's still a huge opportunity, but right now you can see Zura is trying to push into the breach up against this YYY base. Wondering where the rest of Bielka went. It looks like there's only one player alive. Alias possibly over there. Oh, they're getting countered. It looks like LLN coming in from behind.
And Bajilka alias up here as well. Me, Chai.
Yeah, Bielka having to deal with the counters behind them slowed down the pace of that raid, allowing the defenders to focus more on one side of the raid instead. And they do acknowledge that extremely fast and respond in time. Donald Trump trying to get out with his life. He's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. He needs to put down a wall here, but instead he's going to go ahead and challenge. Finally throws down that wall with 34 HP.
He did manage to get a knock though, so that big bull tactic of just standing out in the open spraying paid off a little bit, but not able to get two, unfortunately, as Me gets the rev. Bajilka push back into this raid at all. Have they got more boom in their boxes? Can they keep booming?
Yeah, they've been the beneficiary of a few raids, so I would be surprised if they're running low on boom. Remember, they stole a raid away from Salaka. They've gotten 2, maybe 3 successful TCs, so that's some loot that they should have been able to pick up. LLN, the thorn in the Bielka side, as they try to return their focus back onto this raid, and now it's just a complete brawl on the outside of this compound. That's allowing Zuhra to have some free time inside. YYY, though, are still mounting up a decent defense.
Yeah, this dense forest is providing great cover for countering, so LLN causing a lot of havoc for Bajilka. Really good surprise kill there. There goes another one spray from out of the forest. As LLN just come charging out of the forest. It's like the Urachaya here. It reminds me of Lord of the Rings scene or something. They're just running out of the forest, almost on the way to the spawn beds, but one does get taken down. So Jai will be doing their best to hold down the spawn area. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of C4 popping off in the YYY base. That will be Zuhra on the other side. Giant Spyro making a little peek back up towards the base. I mean, they are raiding here. Don't forget that. I mean, they've spent so much time PvP beating LLN. They haven't been able to send any boom off, but they are supposed to be raiding.
Yeah, and for Bielko, though, they still welcome the PvP, even though they're getting countered on their raid. They have a comfortable lead, almost 60 points above the number 2 team in Bingo. So every single PvP kill here will help them maintain that buffer with 16 minutes left to go. So things still work out in their favor in the end.
Yeah, they've always got the opportunity to come and kill Zuhra and take this side of the raid too. If Zuhra make a big hole. Another kill on the roof there. I think that was a Bajilka kill. Might have been keep moving forward. Didn't quite see what was going on in their compound.
Zabivni rearing their head as well on top of that hilltop, actually flanking LLN, who have been in a protracted engagement with Bielka. What?
Out of render?
Okay, I guess there was a raid platform set up here by LLN. Yeah, okay.
Straight through the beds. He shot a rocket under the beds. The point blank. We've had a point blank rocket suicide tonight, and a point blank missed the beds. Just shoot between the beds. But yeah, the beds are gone, so they've lost their spawn points for now. It's quite big.
All right, so now this is a Bivney's opportunity to try and steal away a raid, and honestly, with a nice TC take along with some PvP, they could put themselves into first place. But the one team that they don't want to be here in this fight is going to be Bioka. They're just trying to steal this away from. Oh,
Love that armored
extra
vehicle,
spawns coming
yeah.
in.
Plenty of spots for your team in that vehicle, armored as well. They could drive in. And the heli.
They brought the Air Force out. They've got
all the vehicles for
infantry.
this raid. I mean, it's the last 15 minutes. You know, the vehicles come out the garage. You can try and land on the rooftop. Let's see how this goes.
They've got a tugboat off the coast somewhere as well. Is he just gonna full send it onto the team? Yeah.
There he goes. He's gone.
I think he's just having some fun here in the final 15 minutes.
Goodbye, mate. Pleasure knowing you.
Might have been the tactical UAV. Just getting some information for his squad.
I mean, he got a lot of information. He's seen the whole battlefield now, so they've got to let, like, they know the scope, what's going on. They know where teams are. They know.
Yeah, 14 minutes to go. I don't think anyone's getting that base. The defenders are just too aware right now. Over on the Salaka side, they're actually getting raided by abusers right now. And for Salaka, what is this? Their second raid defense, possibly? Yeah. There is some damage to their base.
I mean, abusers are nothing if not keen. They've been at it all night. They just haven't managed to get those TCs.
Trying to figure out where they actually got into the base from. This base was opened up earlier on. Salaka did have to defend. How the hell did he get in?
There.
Ah, okay. So it looks like it wasn't a full steal, or maybe he just blew back on. And Nerm is in there now.
Just Pokemon garage doors as well.
And this is one of the things, even though, you know, you get a little bit of extra defense with the garage doors, it just takes so long and it makes so much noise. Yeah. But I think he's just following the garage door sounds to figure out where they're trying to defend from. Oh, we do have some C4 going down though.
Cosmetic, mate. They might just like anime girls on the face. Me goes for the peak with a naked AK. Are they on their last legs already? There's going to actually be a TC for abusers after so many raids where they've sent so much booms, shot so many shots and not found anything. Let's see if they can get this in the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, you have to remember for Salaka, it was 2 failed raids, 1 stolen, and they were out on their 3rd, so they could be pretty low on kits. I don't know how many they have inside their base right now, but hang on, bringing out everything here, even the M2 into the base. C4 out as the armored one swings wide open. Oh man, the timing on that door opening.
Yeah, better off closing that one. I think.
Yeah, leave it closed.
But yeah, if they were pushing out of like main loot bed area with naked AK, they mustn't have loads left. There go the beds as well, speaking of. There's some more loot behind here. I think we had one player pushing from behind this armored door with some sort of kit on, so maybe there's a little bit more spawn, a little bit more loot. But right now, abusers pockets for the C4, sending down all the doors they can find.
Oh, you can see Cooler there. How to utilize that peak.
Oof. Johnny gets the kill. Right as that abuser tries to jump away out of the spray, does get taken down.
3 members of Salaka going for the peak. 1 down. Johnny's right back in. Is that a second M2 or did they recover that?
Yeah, final bastion of hope for Salaka here. If these beds and this loot gets gone, it's going to be really good for Abuser. So Abuser going to try and find their way back in here before too late. We have Salaka, Mocular, and Johnny about to make a peek up. Kukushka's very close, but just went back up there. 2 doors going to get closed. They're going to hear that.
These might be their final spawns as well. We saw a lot of beds getting taken out on their way down.
But a lot of doors that are open that can now be closed. So...
Oh, there we go. They clear out Abusers. That's
really
the M2 going down.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one more. Sober's still up here.
Sober have much boom left. Definitely got some meds to get back to 100 HP. Maybe picked up some boom from one of the bodies. Footsteps definitely heard, but maybe not looking to engage until the Abuser can get back into this building. Both bodies. Does get 1 kill. Really, really good stuff. So we're going to stay alive on this top floor. Johnny and Totori are nearby as well. They're not going to make a push out, though, I don't think, just yet.
Yeah, they're coming in from outside bags at this point. For Sober, he just needs to play his life while the rest of his team gets back into the base. Over here at their Abuser's base, though, oh, they got to go back. LLN are inside.
Oh, what a nightmare,
How'd they get in from? Looks like they might have come in from the side. That's just roof access for the team. A lot of C4 going off. There's still 8 minutes, 9 minutes here in the raid phase.
You're trying to find a way in. Yeah, where's their way in? They must have Is it not just
it's kind of funny how like the raids are happening like in the pecking order, because it was Abusers trying to take out Salaka right above them, and now it's LLN trying to take out Abusers that are right above them in the standings as well. It's kind of naturally worked out that way.
Maybe someone closed the door. Yeah.
Oh, nice defense there. Kukushka drops down, clears out 2.
The wolf's still here, man. Have they locked the wolf in their base somewhere?
In the kennel.
Have they like locked the wolf inside their honeycomb? Evil, evil. I think they're C4, but they might have had doors closed on them, so they're like places we don't know. You know what I mean? Definitely
it does seem like LLN were cleared out. There is one player, Bielka, still here.
It's quite a good spot to have here, actually, as an entrance way. You've got this shoot onto the roof. You can keep booming through doors. You can keep checking that rooftop. I do like this angle of approach. But pretty soon we'll be inside the actual base as well. Once they get through this door, there might be Peaks area nearly. Oh, not quite. This base actually might be a bit of a mystery as we get deeper and deeper. Might not be what we expect. Seems pretty complex. Plenty of triangles.
Okay, I think I might have been having an issue with my internet. How am I sounding, guys?
Sounding beautiful, mate. Just beautiful.
Okay. All right. So what did I miss in the last 20, 30 seconds?
Well, we haven't seen it all. We heard some C4 that we didn't see because it's deeper in the base than we know. I think there's been a couple of doors closed since they made their way in. It's gone pretty quiet now. This is Bajulka. So yeah, if these guys get taken out, it changes everything. So may as well stick with this double raid on Bajulka from YYY and on the right, Zurcher. There might be more teams coming to this, but yeah, there's 6 minutes to take out this first place team. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, that'll open up the field pretty wide for both Ethereum and Bingo. And okay, by the way, I don't think Ethereum and Bingo have done anything else but fight each other. this entire raid phase. So that scoreline has just been them trading kills.
I know. I said earlier. Look, I'll happily eat my words. I didn't think like a 1v1, like one team versus one team, would be enough to get you into the top points. I thought you'd need to be in a busy neighborhood. But, like, we've got Ethereum and Bingo just fighting each other all night. Raid defense points and team kill points against each other, and they're in the top 2 and 2nd and 3rd place. So I'm completely wrong about the maths of the meta. I expected it would not be anywhere near enough. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're what, within 40 points, or 40 to 50 points of Yulka as well, who have been very active across the map. They've, I think, gotten 3 TCs, a couple defenses, a lot of PvP.
Let's sign up to EU next week and just like build down in the furthest corner of the map with 1-0 team.
Oh, I'm down. I'm down.
See if we can replicate that new meta, the 1v1 team meta.
Just no team making any headway whatsoever in that
chickens.
regard. Zuhra, though, are getting pushed back as Bielka push up.
Thought it was a producer laughing at first when I heard that chicken, and then realized it was a chicken laughing. So pushing down the hill towards Bielka. Alias almost taken out completely. Jai gonna make a push out here and get taken down as well. So that's gonna be Bajulka's outside control lost for a second, but I don't know if in 4 minutes 20 is enough to get a TC in any base, man. You have to kind of know where it is or be extremely lucky. Especially in a base with loads of doors, and that is a chonker of a base, that one. Like that's not a 4 minute. That is not a 4-minute raid, I'm telling you now. Saw it though, the end of last week, in the last couple of minutes, there was someone boomed straight to a TC. It's possible. Scrappy's coming in though. Ethereum finally stepping outside of their neighborhood. I mean, if Ethereum get 1 TC, they shoot in front of Bajulka. It's a shame they never managed to find their way to the Bingo TC, or that could actually be them.
Actually leaving the battlefield
what's that way on the map? What? LLN?
LLN going for a last-ditch effort onto Bielka. Do they have the C4 to try and drill down? Is that?
There's no.
Is it empty or is it a Python in there?
Is it empty? Python empty.
Decoy turret.
That's so funny. They did really good managing to land behind it as well, but it's just decoy.
I don't see any C4 they're gonna need
like 30 C4, 40 C4, and to pick the right square. It's a lot.
Oh my goodness, Tiago actually 3 kills going his way.
Right, that's
9
Ethereum,
HP.
I think. In my right ear. That's the direction Ethereum were flying.
Okay, let's check that out.
Abuse
they're on the Salaka base.
Okay, so where did Ethereum go? Oh wow. They're 50 points behind now anyway, but Joker just got another 10. What were they doing flying around in the Scrappy then?
Got a little more. Needed to stretch their legs.
Man. 2 of them. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
They just want this. They want a TC, man. It was possible to catch up with Bajulka a second ago, but I think Bajulka with defense points or something, shooting forward another 11 points.
Yeah, they just got restless in that standstill in the north.
Ah, no, it's just a numbers game, innit? And Nims.
Yeah, minute 25.
Salaka eliminated by Abusers, though. Abusers up to 5th place. They've been very, very persistent, very, very keen this whole night, doing a lot of attempts, holding their ground a lot wherever they went, but made their way in the top 5. Good luck for all that effort.
Yeah, Salaka is just a lot of unfortunate circumstances, you know, some bad raids going their way. If it had gone their way, could be a completely different story.
So
All right,
was back home,
Ethereum
but
finally getting to raid. "45 seconds. We'll see if they can try and pick one up." Pretty close. I mean, they're what, 51 points off? But still, 30 seconds.
Yeah,
This is just a
it's
Hail
not-
Mary play coming out from Ethereum.
Yeah, man, abuse it. I'm gonna have to have a word with Nim, locking this wolf up for the whole game.
You heard your story about, building walls around the car to destroy it and tried it out with the wolf.
Try to make the wolf disappear. 10 seconds left. Abuser's last ditch attempt at defending, but I don't think they're anywhere near the TC, so Bajulka will be your first place winners of the North America 4v4 base invaders tonight.
And they did an
Ethereum's second
awesome,
place.
pretty good play, right? Being able to come in, steal a few raids. Actually, only have 2 raids completed throughout all of that. A large bulk of their points actually coming from kills, 243. So what's that? A good
That's loads.
2/3 of their
Yeah, man.
points off of kills alone.
That's a huge proportion of kills. No Haddies either. No loot, no crates looted, nothing, man. Didn't even bother with it. 128 doors destroyed. That's not actually too many either. It's like about quarter of a base these days.
Yeah, the one raid completed was a stolen raid at the tail end of what a lot of work that Salaka put into that one. And it was mostly off the raid defenses. It seems like that they were able to get their kills. Nice KDA for them, 243 to the 161. Decent spread as well. Me with 84. And JHY and Alias within one of each other, 56 and 55. It's Spyro tailing in the behind with 48, but still ultimately a good team effort holding down their base. I mean, their base was quite a bulky one. What I really want to know, though, is the tail of the tape. What happened between Ethereum and Bingo? Because they were in that long 90-minute
Eight
brawl
raid
up
defenses
top.
it counts as. So Bingo probably have something similar.
Let's go ahead and check it out.
Farming. That's the farming it, man. What? None. What? That makes no sense. They got 2 raids completed and none. So Ethereum didn't even try it on with Bingo after all that time. And
I'm so confused.
the alphabet buff didn't work. You said they were called XXX last game. They tried an alphabet buff, but they're still at the bottom of the leaderboard. Why?
I think they definitely scored higher than they did.
They were getting good kills at the
EU.
start. They were top 5, top 6 at one point when it was like down in the 20s and 30s and stuff. They had a good start, like kills wise, but couldn't quite dig the hook in anywhere. Here we have Abusers. Yep, 4th place. They were trying to dig the hook in all evening. 3 raids completed is really good. 4 defenses. To be honest, if they just had like a handful more kills, they could have done 100 more kills and they would have been above Bajulka. So
they started off fast, right? They got, I think, the second TC of the game, and then things kind of slowed down. It seems like a lot of raids came in, and basically we saw a few moments where they did have to F1 to go back and defend their base. So unfortunate circumstances for them, but still a good effort overall. 270 points. Looking at Zabivni in 5th place with 267, they were also able to secure 3 TCs. I believe they were the first team to get a TC at the beginning of the game. I can't quite remember. And to round it all out, LLN have just been playing defense all day. Very close grouping on the KDA there, 168 to the 163. Somehow they had a 5th man on their roster. Let's check out Zuhra, who we saw them pretty active, but unfortunately, a lot of their raids ended up stalling out. I think it was just a lot of the approach, the geography working against them in a lot of their raids. So not able to quite get the traction there. And for why? No raids completed for them. They did get the 1 raid defense, though, and ended out with 163 kills, the 151 deaths.
Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. We'll see you next month. And maybe, hopefully, more often soon. You know, we've been talking and stuff. We'll see what we can do for you. But for now, still, it'll be another month until the next event. So I hope to see you all then. And have a good month until then.
Good night.